Okay, hi folks. So this was originally going to be a talk of all the job rejections I've gotten in the last year. And instead I want to talk about bias, which is really the same topic, but I woke up in my hotel room this morning and you'll understand in a minute. So first of all, I want to say bias is not a bad word. Please don't weaponize it. We're all biased. It's inherent in being human. Meditation taught me over the years that my experience of the world is not the same as the world. Think of it like this. You have physical perceptions. This results in stimulation of nerves in our body, sight, smell, touch, etc. Nerve impulse reaches the brain experiences that impulse and sympathetically lights up other parts of the brain based on your past experiences, your memory. All this happens in milliseconds, microseconds. We don't notice it. It's unconscious. But our current experience is colored by our past experiences. Everyone, this is how humans function. When we're building neural networks, this is in a sense how they function too. The execution of a model is a result of its past experience, what you trained it with. You've all heard the phrase, when you're in love, you see with rose-colored glasses. This is an example where culturally we know your bias is temporarily shifted. Every moment of every day, our brains are coloring our experience. Everyone's glasses have a different color. I'm trans. Thank you. Not super quiet about that. I knew all the stuff about bias years ago. I delayed a lot of this because I was afraid of other people's bias. I thought I'd lose my job. I basically did. I didn't account for my own bias changing when I changed the physiology in this body. This is why I changed my talk, by the way. I woke up in my hotel room, and this was on my wall. When I began HRT, it's like someone turned off the black and white filter. The world became full of color and happy again. It's been better for me than any antidepressant I've ever taken. And I want to wrap up my talk by saying that there's research right now in a new field called neurosociology. It's trying to ascertain how much sex hormones affect neurotransmitters in our body. It's really hard to do this. Identity politics, politics in general, I'm not endorsing, I'm not saying it's good or bad, the researchers, any of that, but I'm pointing out our neuroreceptors change as a result of everything. Food we eat, how much sugar you have, your insulin state, all of it. Your bias is constantly shifting, and it's always different than anyone else's, and that's good. So remember, when you're building systems, or teams, or companies, or neural networks, your bias is different than everyone else's. Account for that. Build systems that recognize other people's bias as valuable. Thank you.